Alright, we're going to start talking about integers and consecutive integers. So consecutive integers are any numbers that go in a row, like 1, 2, 3, or 5, 6, 7, 8, or -4, -3, -2. Consecutive even is even numbers that go in a row, so 4, 6, 8, or -8, -6, -4, -2, or 14 and 16. And consecutive odds is the same except you have odd numbers. So if we talk about two consecutive integers, it's important to play around with numbers numerically before you start to understand the equations. So if we have two consecutive integers whose sum is 11 less than 3 times the smaller integer. So let's pick two consecutive integers. Let's say that we pick 1 and 2. So the sum, so 1 plus 2, is 11 less than 3 times the smaller integer. So is 3 equal to -11 plus 3? Yeah, there's no way that would work. So we need to figure out our first integer and our second integer. So we're going to make some let statements. But the first integer always be x. And in this case, we're going to do two consecutive. So x plus 1 would give you your next one. So that's our second integer. So we're going to add them. So the sum of both of them, so x plus 1 is equal to 11 less than 3 times the smaller integer. Now we need to solve. X plus x is 2x plus 1 equals -11 plus 3x. Subtract 2x from each side. 1 equals -11 plus x. Add 11, and our integer is 12. So that is our first integer, which would mean our second integer would be 13 because it's x plus 1. So thinking of 3 consecutive odd integers. So 3 consecutive odd integers. So keep in mind, I'm coming up with 3 integers, and the first one is always x. If x was 3, to get from 3 to 5, I would have to add 2. And to get from 3 to the next one, after 5, I would have to add 4. So when I add the larger 2, so the larger 2, that's my first largest and my second largest, the result is 9 less than 3 times the smallest. So now we're going to solve for x. 2x plus 6 equals 3x minus 9. Subtract 2x from each side, and 6 equals x minus 9. Add 9 to both sides, and now I have 15 equals x. Well, 15 is my first one. My second one's going to be 15 plus 2, which is 17, then 15 plus 4, which is 19. 3 consecutive even integers. So again, I have 1, 2, 3 integers, and they are consecutive even. They have the property that when the difference between the first and the second is found, the result is 8 more than the third. So we're going to do the difference between the first and twice the second. The result is 8 more than the third. So we're going to do the distributive property, -2 times x and -2 times 2. So x minus 2x minus 4 equals 8x plus 32. So I have -1x minus 4 equals 8x plus 32. And we're going to add 1x to both sides. -4 equals 9x plus 32. Subtract 32. And we're going to move this all to over here. So now I have -36 equals 9x. Divide by 9, and x equals -5. 4. So negative 4, negative 2, and 0 are our 3 consecutive integers. Our last one, 4 consecutive integers. So first, second, third, fourth. Our first one is always x. These are just consecutive integers. So x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. And the sum of them, so we're just going to add them all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4x plus 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6 is negative 18. And we're going to solve for x. Subtract 6 from each side. 4x equals negative 24. Divide by 4, and x equals negative 6. So if our first one is negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3.